Hi, I'm Satyendra, your IELTS trainer, and today we're going to talk about something called matching. Matching is a little bit tricky because of its types, and we are still at listening module. We are solving the question types in listening module. Right. Now, what is this matching? It sounds really weird, and we can get lost in the word itself, but let me show you an example to get it clear. Matching actually is we have a question and we have plenty of options to match with. I think you must have studied in your childhood when we have one question and it has some parts in it, and then we have some options and you have to match the information with it. Now in IELTS, it's not necessary to have same number of options to match with. You can have multiple options, or you can have more options and less questions. We'll see these types, yeah? Good. Now there are two main types, and these types have completely different pointers or tips and tricks. So pay attention. We'll be seeing each type with an example and how to solve these types. Now here we have two types of questions for this same matching. The first one is where options will repeat, and second where options won't repeat or will not repeat. Yes, let me show you what it means by them. And we'll see examples at the same time, and then we'll provide pointers for that. Type 1, where options will repeat and option will not repeat. Both of them I'm showing you here. Look at this one, this question where we have mentioned section 3. You see 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25, 5 questions. And here we have 3 options. You see that? Definitely they will repeat. They have mentioned you may choose any letter more than once. But however, here we have 4 questions and we have 5 options. Here we have 3 options. Hence, we have to repeat it here. However, options might not repeat, definitely will not repeat. In fact, there will be less options, to choose. There are more options to choose from, and hence we have to ignore one of them or 2 of them, depending on the question. So these are the 2 types. Now, let's start with the pointers along with the example. Type 1, where we have to repeat the option. You see that? You may choose any letter more than once. Okay? Now I'm gonna let you listen to the audio and try to find the answer your way, and then we'll try to solve it using our tips or the pointers. Okay? Let me play the audio.
You will hear a communication studies student talking to his tutor about optional courses for the next semester.
Come in. Oh, hello, Jack. Have a seat. Right. You said you wanted to see me to talk about your options next semester?
That's right. We have to decide by the end of next week. Really, I'd like to do all 5 options, but we have to choose 2, don't we?
Yes, but the choice depends on your major to some extent. You're majoring in communication studies, aren't you?
That's right.
So, for example, the media studies option will cover quite a lot of the same area you did in the core module on mass communications this semester, the development of the media through the last 2 centuries in relation to political and social issues.
Well, that was interesting, but I've decided I'd rather do something completely new. There's a women's studies option, isn't there?
Yes, Women and Power. Again, it has a historical focus. It aims to contextualize women's studies by looking at the legal and social situation in the 19th and early 20th centuries.
So it would be useful if I intended to specialize in women's studies, but I'm not sure I do actually.
Well, it might still be useful to give you an idea of the issues involved. It's taught by Dr. Steed.
Oh, really? I'll sign up for that then. What about the option on culture and society?
That addresses the historical debate on the place of culture since the Industrial Revolution in Britain.
So a historical focus again?
Do I get the message you're not so keen on history?
Well, it's just that we seem to have done quite a lot this semester. Anyway, I'll think about that one.
If you're interested in a course focusing on current issues, there's the option on identity and popular culture. That approaches the subject through things like contemporary film, adverts, soap operas, and so on.
That sounds interesting. Can you tell me who runs it?
Well, it's normally Dr. Stevens, but he's on sabbatical next semester, so I'm not sure who will be running it. It should be decided by next week, though.
Right. Well, I might wait until then to decide. And the last option is Introduction to Cultural Theory, isn't it? I'm quite interested in that too. I was talking to one of the second-year students, and she said it was really useful. It made a lot of things fall into place.
Yes, but in fact, in your major, you'll have covered a lot of that already in Communications 102, so that might be less useful than some of the others.
Oh, I'll forget about that one then.
Now, while you're here, we could also discuss how you're getting on with your core module assignment.
Good, we are back. I hope you could find the tricky one because, see, the options are themselves easy to understand but can get confusing at the same time. So the answer for the first one is C, that is 21st. 22nd is A, 23rd is B, 24th is B as well, and 25th is C. If you're thinking that this is the only one-time question, one time that you're having this kind of question where he'll definitely do it, he may or may not do it, and he won't do it will be coming in option, then you're wrong. Very commonly, this kind of question do come, where we have this probability and possibility is in option. Okay. Now, always and always underline the probability, possibility, and certainty. What is the meaning of these three words? The meaning is it might happen, it will not happen. Yeah, these are the three things. Let me show you again. He'll definitely do it, he may or may not do it, or he won't do it. Now, what does it mean by that? So when they're playing the audio, they're gonna talk about something about this guy Jack and media studies. As we have heard in the audio, he might not do media studies for some reason. They'll explain the reasons. Second one, women and power. He might do it or he might not do it. Right. So the same way it will continue and you have to find the answer for each. Another tip for this is please understand the sequence. What do you think the sequence will be followed in the options? No. Sequence will be followed in the question from 21 to 25. So basically what's going to happen is they'll talk about media studies first, then women and power, and then culture and society, finally identity and popular culture, and finally the last one, that is 25th. So listen to the sequence. Once you hear this media studies, as soon as talks about media studies are over, please proceed to the next one. Once these talks are over, proceed to the next one. This is how they follow the sequence. Okay. Next type is listen to the both speakers if they have them. Like sometime in section 3. Now, if you look at it, this is definitely section 3. In section 3, you are supposed to have 2 speakers. Right, this is a conversation. So there will be 2 people speaking. Sometime let's say Jack will provide an answer. He'll definitely do it, but the other person may ask him a question and it will lead to he might not do something like women and power. You get my point what I'm saying here. There are 2 speakers. One speaker might provide an answer as A, but other person's interference could create the answer as B or C. So please listen to both speakers if they are present, because in section 3 they are present. Okay, good. Now let's look at type 2. In type 2 we have where options never repeat. We have 4 questions, 5 options. So I'm going to play the audio. Go for it.
You will hear a man talking to an official at a tourist information office.
Can I help you?
Yes, I was wanting somewhere to stay for a few days, a 4 or 5-star hotel. Can you tell me something about the possibilities?
Okay, right. Well, there are 5 hotels that might interest you. Were you wanting a city centre location, or would you be interested in something a bit further out?
Well, I do have a car, so I could go for either.
Well, there are 2 central hotels in the range you're looking for. There's Carlton House and the Imperial. They're both near the main square, but if you've got your own transport, you might be interested in the Royal Oak. That's out in the country, about 10 kilometres away. Very peaceful. Then there's the Bridge Hotel and the Majestic. They're both in town, but not in the centre. They're out on the airport road.
That might be a bit far out, actually. OK, now the other two you mentioned in the city centre. Can you tell me a bit about them?
Well, they're both excellent hotels. If you want something with a bit of character, Carlton House is quite unusual. It's a very old building that was originally a large private house. It was bought by the Vannies chain, and they completely refurbished it. They took their first guests just a few months ago, but it's already got an excellent reputation. That's a 5-star hotel. Or there's the Imperial, which is a much more modern building. That also has its own gym, and it also has internet connection and meeting rooms. It's used for conferences and corporate events as well as private guests. That's 5-star as well.
Does it have a swimming pool as well as a gym?
No, the Royal Oak has an outdoor pool, which is lovely in the summer, but the only hotel with an indoor pool is the Bridge Hotel. It doesn't have a gym, though. The Majestic is planning to build a swimming pool and a fitness centre, but it's not finished yet.
I see. Well, I think I'll probably go for one of the city centre hotels.
Cool, we are back. Let me see if you got the right answer and you can check yourself, right? The first one is E, second one is B, third one is C, and fourth one is A. I hope you got all of them correct. If not, let's see the pointers. The first one is please don't forget to read the question. I know this is very simple and obvious, but look at the question where it is. You will see all of this text. I don't know where the question is. Question is here, hidden. Which hotel matches each description? Oh, like this is the question, really? We thought the questions are here. Yes, those are questions, but this is like very important information for you to understand the question. Right. Good. So read this part, find this part where is the question mark so that you can match them. Okay. Second thing is write the option as answer. Sometimes what people do is they write, let's say the first one answer is B. They'll write this one fully instead of B, the Carlton House. It's incorrect if you write the Carlton House. You have to write B as the correct one. That is B, here C. So write the option, not the whole word, rather the letter. Okay, good. Next one is please understand the sequence like we did in type 1. Sequence will be maintained here, not here. So they'll be talking about is in a rural area or only open recently, offers facility for business functions. Sequence will be maintained here, not here. You have to focus on that part. So first they talk about this and they provide you answer for that in the audio. Then they talk about this and answer for this one. Okay, cool. Now, in the case of doubts, I would suggest you to keep two answers. Why I'm asking you to keep two answers is, see, when you, let's say, for the first one, you found A and B both as answers, potential answers, not the answers. And in the second one, you're pretty sure that B is the answer. Then you can definitely eliminate B now and definitely the answer is A. So in the case of doubt, please, you can put two answers as the correct answer. More likely, the situation will be that you will get the correct answer when you proceed. Okay, good. Finally, I would say we have understood all the question types in listening. This was the last type. And I hope it was a good journey for you. If in case you have any doubt regarding any question type, please go ahead, ask me. And I think that right now you should practice. And in one of the videos, you have to find out. One of the videos I have provided information how to practice. Okay, that is very good information and very reliable information that you should focus on. Practicing is the key after you understand the whole point, the pointers and the tips. So I suggest you do that after you finish this listening section. This is the last chapter. And I hope you come to know new things today. And have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.